Atiku Obi desperate as U.S. surrogate Greenspan seeks urgent release of FBI document on Tinubu. So how is Atiku and Obi desperate in this matter? Okay, and who is this U.S. surrogate in the United States that is doing everything to release Tinubu document? Well, this is a clash of the titans, and let's see who suffers it most. All right. Atiku Abubakar's surrogate in the United States, Aaron Greenspan, filed an emergency motion Friday at the District Court for the District of Columbia in Washington, D.C., seeking the immediate release of documents on President Bola Tinubu by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Greenspan, who is working in league with David Hundeyin, another Atiku underling, is the founder of plainsight.org, which tracks legal cases against big corporations in the United States. Peter Obi of the Labour Party is also hoping to benefit from what he and Atiku believe will be released by the FBI. The hearing notice served on Obi by Nigerian Supreme Court was the one filed by Greenspan in his emergency motion on Friday. Now, in the emergency motion, Greenspan is seeking a hearing, even by Zoom, to compel the FBI to release urgently the documents it promised to release at the end of October. His desperation, as stated in the motion in the case number 123CV01816BAH, followed the announcement by Nigeria Supreme Court to hear Atiku and Peter Obi's appeal on Monday, 23 October. Greenspan claimed in the affidavit that the plaintiff in the case, meaning Atiku Abubakar and Obi, have 60 days to appeal the judgment by the Court of Appeal delivered on 6 September. PM News learned that the appellants do not have such luxury of time. The 60 days include the filing time and the hearing of the case. Constitutionally, the Supreme Court must deliver judgment on or before 4th of November 2023. Greenspan also claimed that the Supreme Court decision to hear the case on the 23rd was sudden. The sudden advance in timing appears intended to front-run the release of responsive FOIA documents from the defendants in this action, and especially the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So those documents would likely be directly relevant to the foreign proceedings in Nigeria, the motion claimed. Lawyers to President Bola Tinubu, led by Christopher Carmichael, have intervened in the case. They are studying Greenspan's latest move, PM News learned. Greenspan is a known critic of America's richest man, Elon Musk. His plainsight and individual accounts were suspended in June by the social media platform X. Now, at the time plainsight's account was suspended, it boasted a mere 24,000 followers. Greenspan's personal account had just about 2,500 followers. So the case in Washington, D.C. is the second attempt by Atiku to get a compelling reason to get Tinubu disqualified by the court. He just ended a fishing expedition to Chicago State University, hoping to prove that the certificate Tinubu submitted to INEC was forged. But in the deposition by the university's registrar, Caleb Westberg, CSU confirmed Tinubu attended the school and graduated with distinction. Now, wow. They say one Tinubu. That is the statement they need to understand. One Tinubu. That is it. Okay. The school also produced certificates similar to the one tendered by Tinubu to INEC. Are you sure? Why is this guy writing like this? They are not similar because they discovered a lot of discrepancies in it. And the Caleb himself disowned the certificate that Tinubu submitted to INEC and said they don't know that format, they don't know where it came from, and they can't vouch for it, they can't authenticate it. Those were the words of Caleb Westberg. So Atiku correctly believes that he has a case against Tinubu and had filed his finding in court. It is not clear whether he or his partner, Peter Obi, will ever have a chance to file whatever document the FBI releases on President Tinubu. Now, wow. So I can understand where this guy is writing from. But again, the truth is that Westbridge did not accept certificate Tinubu submitted to INEC. They clearly said they don't know where it came from. They can't authenticate it because they can't recognize it, and it is not their document. And those were the things he said. Okay. So that is the situation. So as now that the hearing is slated for Monday, that is the appeal case that Atiku and Peter B filed against Tinubu and APC is on Monday. The surrogate Greenspan is working hard to get those documents from FBI from the end of this October. And this is a big one, I tell you. Now, there are a few comments here. Somebody saying, Atiku and Obi have stopped claiming that Tinubu did not win the election. Now, all they are saying is Tinubu submitted fake result. He has bad records in the USA. They now believe he won the election due to their greed. Now they want to claim the election through the back door. Oh, so that is this guy's view. Well, and somebody say, why are you so disturbed about Tinubu's case? Once the case is at the Supreme Court, why the noise all about? God has crowned Tinubu. Nobody on earth can bring him down. Atiku went ahead to receive Tinubu academics records at Chicago State University. Okay, this is not enough for evidence to prove his case. You are now talking of FBI to release docs. What docs are you expecting again? I think this is campaign after election. Okay, let Atiku forget his presidential ambition. It is over. Tell Obi to wait for general election in 2027. Can you imagine? So he says, stop bringing God into Tinubu's selection as president, so you will not be in the danger of blasphemy against God, because he did not get power legitimate. As always, if Tinubu is not a fraud, why block the FBI release? And another is asking, will that add to Obi's vote? He blocked the CSU release but failed. At the end of the day, what came out of it? He has right not to allow his personal record, no matter how clean, to be in the hands of his political position. Okay. Another person says, all these are just mere drama and entertainment, waste of time. To become Nigeria president is not by desperation, it's not by fire, it's not by force or by any means, but by the will of God and the people. And God has chosen and given us President Tinubu as our president. And nobody and nothing can remove. And the same God who has given us President Tinubu will give him the wisdom needed to govern Nigeria and put his enemies and Nigerians' enemies to shame and disgrace. This guy is not quite one person, and I wonder if he's enjoying the administration. And somebody I just told him to shut up his dirty mouth. Who told you God chose him? That is it. That is it. And so why are some people so stupid? Does God select criminals to rule a country? The selection was by man, and you are seeing the result. Have you eaten today? That's the question. Have you eaten today? So that, wow, some people are just ignorantly sycophant. That is it. The real ignorant sycophant. That's what they are. That you can't just be such a sycophant without reasoning. Quite unfortunate. So that is what is happening. They are expediting the release of Tinubu's record, even though it was said to be released at the end of this October. But they're moving to release earlier because suddenly the Supreme Court brought the appeal judgment forward, the one that Peter Obi and Atiku filed against Tinubu at the Supreme Court. Suddenly they just brought it forward, and that's why. But again, they can't tender this document even in the court because it's not coming out on time, and the period in which the Supreme Court can entertain new documents, I'm sure that window is closed. So thank you for listening and let's have your comment.